Good morning, children. So, today we are again with the new lesson that we started last week. The name of the lesson is A Constitutional Design. So, children, before continuing this lesson, let us revise some points that we had discussed in a previous class. Children had explained you regarding Nelson Mandela and how did he contribute for independence of South Africa. In that part only we discussed about the constitution of South Africa. When did South Africa get independence? How their constitution was framed? How did blacks and whites sit together and decided about their constitution? Children, we also discussed about apartheid. What is apartheid? In that we discussed that apartheid is a system of racial discrimination. All these points we had discussed in a previous class. And with example of South Africa, we understood the importance and function of constitution, that how important a constitution is for a nation. In this class we will discuss about the making of Indian constitution, and before that we will discuss that why constitution is essential, or why do we require or a country requires a constitution. Children, there are 3 points. A country requires constitution because a constitution generates a degree of trust among the people of our country. Suppose in a country, if there is any conflict between the people or between the government and people, people know that there are certain rules and regulations that they also have to follow and government also has to follow. And this and like this, everyone, either people or government, they have to follow what is mentioned in the constitution. So, constitution is very essential for a nation so that people can live peacefully without any conflict. Second, constitution also puts a limits to the activities of government and the common people. In government, our chief minister, our prime minister, and various other institutions know what are the limits. For example, in our country, prime minister is most powerful. He is elected, but then also he can take all the decisions. But yet in a constitution, it is mentioned that what are the powers and functions of prime minister. So he cannot cross the limit. Not only government, but common people know what they can do, what they have not to do. And that is why constitution is required. And third, a constitution becomes very essential to run a country systematically. People in living in a country, they know what is right and what is wrong, what they should do and what they should not do. Take for example, if there is no rules and regulation, there is no book of rules and regulation in your school, can your school run properly? For proper running of a school, a diary, a book of rules and regulation is very essential. So just imagine this is a small school and a country can run or function properly without any constitution. So constitution is very essential. So we have discussed in a previous class this also, that why do we need a constitution. Today we will proceed with the making of Indian constitution. Now we will deal the point with how our constitution was made, which people contributed their maximum in making of the constitution. Children, I think all of you know very well that Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, these are some of the leaders who contributed in making of a constitution. But our constitution was not made by a single leader. It was made by the people of our country. You know very well, in our preamble also it is written, we the people of India. Our constitution is not made by a single person. It is made by a group of people. So today we will discuss that how our constitution was made. So first we will deal with the point that our constitution was made under very difficult circumstances. When we got independence, before that only, our country was partitioned and severe communal rights started between Hindus and Muslims. The Britishers, they were always playing the trick of divide and rule, and they played their dirty game. and a country was divided on the basis of religion, that is Hindu and Muslim, and a separate state, India and Pakistan, was formed. So, instead of just enjoying or celebrating independence, we had to face a bloody partition in which thousands of people were killed, both Hindus and Muslims. So, our constitution was made in such a difficult circumstances. But our constitution was not made in a single day. Children, you remember I had told you in my previous class regarding the session, Karachi session of 1931. In 1921 also, a session was called. In that, a resolution was passed in which it was announced that we will work for getting complete independence, Purna Swaraj. And that meeting was called by Motilal Nehru. And in this meeting in 1931 in Karachi session, it was decided that the framework of our constitution was prepared. We just decided when a country will get independent, how will our constitution look like? What will be the important points? On what basis a constitution will be framed? And at that time, in that session, a resolution was passed, and in that resolution, it was decided that our constitution will be mainly based on 3 points. These 3 points will be essential. The first was universal adult franchise. That means equal voting rights to each and every citizens irrespective of caste, creed and color. Second, it was decided that special privileges will be given to minorities because you know very well that though partition was done in our country, you know that for making our country independent, people belonging to different religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikhs, they contributed the maximum. And you know very well that still in our country at that time also Muslims, Sikhs, this were in minorities. So it was decided at that time only that special privileges will be given to minorities. And third was right to equality. So these 3 points were decided and these three provisions were made essential that whenever a constitution will be made, it will be based on the three provisions. And the same thing happened, you know, at present, universal adult franchise is there in our country. Special privileges are being given to Muslims or minorities. And third, right to equality is being practiced in our country. So in 1931, in Karachi session, Motilal Nehru called a session in that it was declared that our constitution will be made, will be based on all these things. So after independence, our constitution makers, just compare in South Africa, after getting independence, both blacks and whites, they had to sit together and make their constitution. But in India, after getting independence also, we did not face so much difficulty because we had decided in advance. Our leaders, they started thinking before many years before getting independence because they were knowing that a day will come that we will get independence and it will be very difficult to decide how our constitution will look like. So our leaders started deciding it from 1929 or 30 itself. And the important leaders were Motilal Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi and various other leaders. They decided that how our constitution will look like. So finally we got independence, and after getting independence, before that only, we started and decided to make our constitution. Now children, this constitution was not made by a single person. It was made by a body of elected representatives, and that body was known as Constituent Assembly. Now what is this Constituent Assembly? Constituent Assembly is the body of elected representative. Now children, you will say that voting rights were not given, how elections were held, what is this Constituent Assembly? These are the certain questions that you will have. Now this Constituent Assembly is body of elected representatives. How these elections were held? Children, before independence only, Britishers gave several rights to people of India. They said that you can conduct election at the state level, and in different states and provisions of India elections were held, and in different states representatives were elected. These elected representatives at the state level made a provisional assembly. Provisional assembly means state assembly. You know, at present it is Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. At that time the state assemblies were known as provisional assemblies. And in provisional assemblies, mostly elected representatives were there from different states. So, and this elections for provisional assembly was held in 1946 before getting independence. So the people of our country, they learned how to work under democracy, how federal system should be practiced. All these things they learned when Britishers were ruling our country. So this provisional assembly were given the task to elect the constituent assembly. So this is how making of constitution started. But before that we will discuss that our constitution was adopted in which year? It was adopted in 26th November 1949. Adopted means our constitution was ready. It was complete. It was made. But it was adopted on 26th November 1949, but it was implemented on 26th January 1950. And due to this only, we celebrate a Republic Day on 26th January. Republic means now we are not under any British rule. We are not under any rule. We are free. And we are being ruled by the representatives elected by us. And ultimately we got independence after the great effort of our freedom fighters on 15th August 1947. Our constitution was completed on 26th November 1949 and it was implemented on 26th January 1950. These are the dates that you have to remember. Children, always you get confused when the different two questions are asked. When the question is asked that when our constitution was made, completed, adopted, the answer will be 26th November 1949 and it was adopted, it was implemented on 26th January 1950. So like this, a constitution was made under different circumstances, difficult circumstances, and the first circumstance was, you know very well that India faced the situation of partition. And after that, the second was the problem of princely states. Children, you know very well that before Britishers were ruling our country, there was monarchy. Different kings ruled the different parts of our country. Now, what did the Britishers say before getting independence? That after independence, suppose the king of Jammu Kashmir, the king of Hyderabad, the king of Jaipur, the different kings, what they said that we will just take our territory and become king of that portion. And they said that we will not remain under India and we will not be ruled by the prime minister of the country. They were not ready to follow democracy and parliamentary system. And just imagine if this would have happened, our country would have divided into different states. But this thing did not happen. And you know very well who did the task? The task of uniting our nation was done by an Iron Man, and that Iron Man is known as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He just contributed, he did an effort, he persuaded, he motivated, he did a discussion with the different kings of princely states and set them to unite with India. And finally, he was successful and all the princely states they joined the Indian territory. It was a very difficult task to just convince the different kings because everyone wanted to live independent. And like this, the princely states were also under Indian territory. So the two difficult situations that were faced or the two challenges that was faced by India before independence and just after independence was partition of India and second, the combination of different princely states with India. And such a difficult circumstances, we had to make a constitution. So we started making a constitution after independence and we completed it in 1949. Now, we'll start discussing with the point that is Constituent Assembly. I told you that Constituent Assembly is the body of elected representatives. And this Constituent Assembly was elected by the Provisional Assembly. Provisional means different states. Suppose at that time, if Tamil Nadu was there, then different other states like Kerala, West Bengal, Bihar. In these different states, different assemblies were there of different provisions. Now what these states did? They elected among the states. They made a list of different people who will go and sit there in the meeting of Constituent Assembly. So from different states, the people were elected according to the population of that state, and they made a combination and they sat together to make a constitution. And this combination or collection of people in group for framing of the constitution is known as Constituent Assembly. Children, at that time universal adult franchise was not practiced, but provisional assembly played a very important role, and from different states according to the population, people participated in making of a constitution. And this constitution was not made in a single day. It was not made by a single person. Discussion was held. Now we'll discuss about how our constitution was made by Constituent Assembly. In a Constituent Assembly, the president of a Constituent Assembly at that time was Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the chairman of drafting committee was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Now children, what is this drafting committee? Drafting committee means a person who decides that what will the different points, what are the different aspects which will be included in a constitution, and he noted them point wise. Now what happened? The different people, the different leaders, those who were involved in constitution making, they sat together. The people of Constituent Assembly, they also sat, discussion was held, debates were done, then everyone discussed, decided in each and every point, people questioned, voting was done among them. For example, universal adult franchise. People discussed the pros and cons, then about reservations. Everything was discussed. One by one discussion was held and debates were done between the leaders and the elected representative of Constituent Assembly. And this discussion held for a long time. After that, when the discussion was completed, a final draft of our constitution was prepared, in which the different articles were mentioned. And this discussion and debate, which was held in a constitution, is now being converted into 12 bulky volumes. It is there, the record is there, and everything is discussed. For example, the functions of prime ministers, a separate column is there. For fundamental rights, a separate column is there. And for different issues, elections of president, how the judges of Supreme Court will be elected, each and every minute points were discussed about fundamental rights, and then it was written. Nothing was oral. Children, at that time, no video recording or this type of modern technology was there. So everything was written in a 12 bulky volumes, and these books are still present in our country. And these debates are known as constitutional debates. And after a long debate, a constitution was framed under leadership of Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. And children, the constitution that we are seeing today is the largest written constitution of the world. Everything is written. And I've also taught you in the previous lesson that General Pervez Musharraf, he changed the constitution many times. I'd also told you about Robert Mugabe. He also changed the constitution of Zimbabwe. But have you ever heard in news or have you ever read that our constitution has been changed? Amendments are done, additions are done, but whatever is written, it has never changed. And everyone, either the Prime Minister is Narendra Modi or Mrs. Indira Gandhi or Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, leaderships have changed, but our constitution have never changed. Whosoever comes to power, they have to follow our constitution. This reveals the importance of our constitution because it is a written document. Everything is written, nothing is verbal. And it is made by the contribution of various leaders and the people of elected representatives. And that elected representatives, that assembly is known as Constituent Assembly. So nobody can question the legitimacy of the constitution. We cannot say, oh, constitution is written by Bhimrao Ambedkar. Why we should follow? It is not so. It is not written by Bhimrao Ambedkar. It is not led by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, but it is made by the people of India. Because Constituent Assembly was the body of elected representatives in which people from the different countries were elected and they contributed in formation of a constitution. So nobody can just question legitimacy of the constitution. Everyone has to have to follow it, though they may be prime minister, chief minister, or the common people of India. They cannot question our constitution. So children, for today we have discussed about the constitution, Indian constitution, and making of Indian constitution. 2 or 3 questions can come from this portion. The first is, under which difficult circumstances our constitution was made? Second, when was our constitution adopted and when it was implemented? Third, define constituent assembly. Then, how are princely states united with our country? So various other questions can be framed. Children, it is up to you. It will be in your homework to frame the questions from the taught portion. And every day you have to open your book when I teach you. Whatever I have taught you from that paragraph, at least you have to frame 5 or 10 short questions and post it in your homework. So for today, this is enough. We'll continue in our next class. Thank you, children.